This is part 3 of our Scotland adventure, including the NC500. Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video. If you haven't already watched the other 2 videos, then maybe you should watch those first because they're part of the same trip. We start today in my tent and I was woken up at 5 AM by the rain. Even though it is quite nice and relaxing to hear rain on the tent, I couldn't get back to sleep. When packing fern for this trip, I thought I did a good job because I fit lots of stuff in. This was actually my biggest mistake because I didn't leave any spare space. This meant that when I was packing up every day, everything had its own place in the car. This wasn't ideal this morning because it was raining and, to be honest, I didn't really enjoy packing up in the rain.
Well, hello and welcome to day 3. You might not be able to hear me because it's raining. You see the tent, all packed up, kind of ready to go. Note to future self though, I really wanted a cup of tea, so I thought, okay, I don't mind getting a little bit wet, it'll be worth it. So, got my cup of tea, it was definitely not worth it, so note to future self, don't do it. And also, don't forget your waterproof stuff, don't leave it in the car, put it in the tent with you, because it's going to be a problem. But yeah, sorry, I'm sure the noise is absolutely terrible because it's raining. But luckily we don't have too far to drive today, so that's one good thing. And hopefully it calms down a little bit because I don't know if you can see, it's quite windy and rainy at the moment.
Today we start from Invercaravan Park, go to O Groats, and then to the North Coast Touring Park.
Well, I just made a bit of a mistake. I thought the rain had stopped, and it had for a little bit. Ran to put some stuff in the car and then it absolutely tipped it down, so I'm a bit wet now, but I do have my waterproofs, but it's a bit silly putting them on when I'm actually a bit wet myself, so not really sure what the plan is, but I'm sure we'll work it out. I think we're going to change the accommodation tonight, so we're not in tents. So we're like going to be in some kind of bunkhouse, so we shall see what that's like, but I'm guessing we'll have to dry off, so it might be quite a good idea, and it looks a bit funky as well, so yeah, some interesting accommodation hopefully tonight. Right, I need to start packing the car up at some point, but as you can see, it's still raining, still windy, just waiting for a break in it really. But yeah, hopefully soon, and then we'll get on. I'm not sure what kind of filming that I'll be able to do today because obviously the weather's not amazing and I'm guessing the half hood will have to be on, but we've not got loads of driving to do today, but I'll see what I can do.
Here you can see how packed up the passenger side is. I got a little bit annoyed packing up today because it was raining and things weren't going where I wanted them to. You can see me struggling here and trying to move bags out of the way. After breakfast I did manage to pack inside a lot better, which was good, but this was a lot easier to do because it was dry. What I'm trying to do here is show you why it's a good idea when packing in the first place, before you even leave, is to make sure that you do have some free space or you might struggle like I have. I also packed my comfy trainers in the car where I would later realise rain was dripping on them constantly, so they ended up being soaking when I came to the end of today, which obviously wasn't ideal. This trip was amazing, but there were also some not so nice parts, like for instance today packing up. It's all part of the experience and, as my mum would say, character building. We had breakfast just outside the campsite, and when we had finished breakfast it had luckily stopped raining. It was a bit miserable to start the day as it was raining, but the weather did get better, which is good. The mileage I start on today is 28,835 and we are on our way to O Groats. These weren't the best roads, but we had to go to O Groats as well. It's on the NC500. It's also been on my bucket list for quite a while, and well, Maybe because we're going here, maybe at some point the little fern should go to Land's End. What do you think? There were some bad potholes here, but luckily it didn't last for long. It also got quite foggy at times until we got to John O Groats. When we got to John O Groats, I had to get, a bit by the famous signpost. It was very touristy here, which I guess you would expect. We had a little break, which included a cup of tea, and then back on the road. The weather had definitely improved, and so did the roads after stopping at John O Groats. The forecast for tonight wasn't very good. It was actually for thunderstorms. The campsite had some huts, so we upgraded our accommodation to a hut, which was simple, but it was very nice. We managed to park really close to the huts, which was great, and we also had dinner at the pub here. It was nice having a shorter day, and the finishing mileage was 28,910, which totaled only 75 miles for today. I think it was our shortest day. It was definitely a shorter video for today, but part 4 should be out next Sunday. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.